Hello everyone, welcome back to the Case of the Golden Idol. Yesterday we wrapped up Chapter 3, The Ascent, with the interrupted weekend at the Doctor's Salon. And on to what I believe to be the last chapter. Oh, look at this. Wait a minute, this one's extra long. Okay, interesting. I thought there were 12 scenarios, so I don't know. Maybe... I assumed there'd be 3 per chapter? I don't know. Anyway, let's see. What is this? Chapter 4, The New Order. The Triumph of Order. So the Brotherhood have staged a political coup of sorts, I believe. Okay, there's some sort of meeting? Not quite. An assembly, let's say. And then upstairs... Oh, this is like a... This gives vibes of like a secret court somehow. Oh, very big brother, huh? The 4 maxims of virtue. This guy's... I don't know. Huh. Oh boy. Lots to see there. How do I go back down? Here. Ah, there's stairs. Okay. Alright, well, someone's being carted away, apparently dead. Not breathing, no apparent wounds. Prince of Dusk. Like night I am dark and full of terror. I do not fear love, do not make that error. When you know my name, just look for my face. Huh. Not sure what that's all about. Can't investigate the guards, really? This is the lawyer. Weekly Order, Party of People's Tribunal number 42. 1795. So this is like 3 years later or something? 6 culprits are brought to the tribunal. Tribunal is opened. Each culprit's charges are evaluated. The merit changes are calculated. Okay. Merit exaction, like removing their merit? Huh. Okay. Poor bugger, I've never seen so much merit removed in the tribunal. Some mistakes are very costly. Albion Franc banknote. This is, David Gorin, right? He's like chief guard, kind of? Citizen, Mr. David Gorin, birth year 52. He's an enforcer of the Order Party. History of infraction and obedience. Had a secret compartment in his office locker. Denied the existence of the secret compartment. Loyal service in low-ranking position to the Order Party. Plus 10 merit. He's at 8. Okay, so sure, they're all scoring people. I guess... Well, so we know they have the idol and they plan to use it to age and resurrect people. I'm guessing they're making this guy die of old age, basically, right? That's how they extract merit or exact merit from someone, is they remove their youth or add their age. I'm not sure which. Well, it must be... You always have to remove something first before you can add something. With the idol, we learned, right? Actually, we can go back and look at the instructions here. Which one of these affected the apple? This is add age, right? Or time or something. The important thing is it's increase. So this is increasing the age of this apple or something like that. Well, so how were you able to do that without first decreasing something? Because you have to... You have to do this. You have to decrease something and then add it. Or maybe if there's an excess of something, you can... I don't know. Okay, sort of a puzzle maybe. But not the one we need to think about right now. I felt it in my bones that I should have drunk less. Now we poor souls experience God's wrath. This tribunal is a farce. They spread lies that my pure love is merely lust. And what do they even know about true art? Such a relief that they decided not to push any fashion charges. I hope the process is not painful. Fashion. Remember the third virtue. Fashion? Maybe. Wearing fancy hats. Remember the second virtue. Working yourself so hard you fall asleep at your desk? It is a thing of beauty to see order prevail. If it were not against the first virtue, I would feel very happy. Nicholas, I'll wager you feel the new regime rewards your diligence now. So tell me why I saw you spend more than 3 shillings on new clothes after I asked you to lend me money and you said you had none to spare. I suggest you lend me some now, unless you want me to write up an official report about a 4th virtue breach. Your beloved brother. Mr. Nicholas Maker, record keeper of the Order Party. Labeled a protocol as being on Thursday, even though it was on Wednesday. Labeled a protocol, not sure what that means. Took a double-length lunch break. Loyal service in low-ranking position. Okay. I think that was everything downstairs, right? Yeah, I don't think I can look at anything else. What are you insinuating, James? I would never breach the 4th virtue. You know darn well I keep... Excuse me, damn well that I keep no secrets. Bunch of Albion Franc banknotes. Dear Arbiter Coke. Yeah, well, we know this guy is Alistair Coke, right? The general. I am writing to inform you that our regiment's colonel was seen with another officer's wife in a potentially intimate situation. We implore you to send your agents to investigate this potential flouting of the first virtue. He's an arbiter. Slapped a sergeant in anger. Listened to marching music in his manner. Loyal service in a high-ranking position. Oh boy. So these are accusations against people that we can investigate in a bit. I guess this is just the thing, the affordance indicating I can point at the staircase to go down. There isn't one over here, but there is one over here. Okay, fine. That is music to my ears, Alistair, but do control your emotions. We as arbiters of order must never violate the first virtues. The first virtue is like being emotionless? Or something? Right? A bunch of money. James Turner. Arbiter. Drank a full bottle of brandy at a picnic. Kept the book Legacy of the Rose Dynasty in his study. Loyal service plus 20. Dear Dr. Turner, I must regretfully inform you that during your absence from party business, your senior assistant Daniel has demonstrated extreme untidiness and thus breached one of the virtues. Okay. So we can... Ugh! I don't have to identify people today? Usually that's what I have to do. Huh. Okay. What's back here? The 4 maxims of virtue. Observe the 4 virtues to avoid losing merit. The 4th is like truthfulness, right? Oh, I have no money, but then you said you had no money and then you spent some. Should I tell them you're a liar? Like, that makes sense. Art, beauty, diligence. Oh. I think that's this one, the second virtue, right? Pass out at your desk? Oh, we have to figure out how many merits each costs based on looking at people's scores for what they were charged. I see. Excessive emotions will be punished. Third virtue, I think, must be about fashion. Right? We saw that weird dog thing in a thing, and they said, "Oh, I'm glad there were no fashion charges." So we know one of them is fashion, and it's this one, right? The 4th virtue is truthfulness. Okay. Or the second virtue. Store confiscated objects and evidence according to the virtue breached. Okay, well look, these are color-coded chests coded according to the virtues, I guess. Brandy is a breach of the first virtue, and so is opium. So you can't have drugs either, I guess. I think lust actually makes sense too, right? Get up there, will you? Oh, we know lies will be punished? That's a 4th virtue thing. They probably punish vulgar art. Vulgar music? Maybe. Here, what violates the second virtue? 3 pounds of butter. Seems like a lot. Oh, you did your math wrong. 25 and 6 isn't 29. It's a violation of the second virtue. Diligence at work, you idiot. Oh, and wasn't untidiness someone had that as a punishment? Well, lies and secrets are also punished. Mistakes. No mistakes. I think this must be lust, right? Maybe the first virtue is beauty? No. A violin. So something, they don't like music for the third virtue. It is vulgar music. I said maybe that would be one. A gnome shitting in a pot. Okay, how dare you? Oh, and this is a portrait of Gideon Bell. We saw that guy at the doctor's thing. Huh, there's a bat. This is art. Would you say it's vulgar? I wouldn't. Okay. 4th virtue. A book titled Stories. A book titled Autumn Tales. So sure, those are kind of lies. I only have 27 out of 46 words. Must be missing a lot of things, I guess. Silence. You'll perform your function as much as is required. It is paramount to ensure order in our new society. And the idle is set to... dot for decrease. So this is increase... I think that's age? No, that's not, is it? Oh, right, it's over here. Increase matter. But then there was also something at the bottom. Was it this? Heat? I don't think so. Yeah, it's this thing that we never had written down anywhere. Oh, right. Increase matters age. I think we found this. It wasn't a symbol they asked us about, but surely it would have shown up in the... No. Yeah. Increase matters age. So that is confirmed what he's doing. He's making people age to death. Well, I know one thing we can do. We can put the idol on him. Well, we have numbers, huh? Oh, the largest merit exaction, right? Or deduction in all history? And he lost some number of years, I think. Huh. In all truth, Lord High Arbiter, I would prefer storing no more than this? London Gazetteer. Since 92, when it gained a majority in Parliament and liberated our government from multi-party chaos, the Order Party has worked hard to improve society. Despite the vast popular support for the party, His Majesty refuses to acknowledge the authority of the party's tribunal. High Arbiter Lazarus Hurst has announced that in 2 months, the party and its supporters will participate in a peaceful march to the King's current residence to demonstrate their virtue of moderation. That's one thing you do when you're being a moderate. You march on the Capitol just to show them how moderate you are. I am honored to help the party upkeep the 4 virtues. I only hope sitting here all day does not count as sloth. There are worse jobs than this one, and thank God tobacco is not considered an indulgence. Put that over here. A bit boring, though. Too bad literature is forbidden. Well, literature would be a lie. A half-full pouch of tobacco. I'm still missing 13 words. I think I've clicked on everything. No, I haven't, of course. I put this all off. Okay, great. So, I guess we can do a little bit of digging into the costs of virtue violations, right? So we know this person has indulgence and literature. Let me open like a text editor here. Because we have a system of equations that they're going to make me solve here, right? We know that indulgence, which is a violation of virtue number 1, plus literature is equal to 8 because he has a plus 20 and a total of 12. So these two total violation cost is 8. So we don't know either of them yet. But with a few more equations, we will. You... Is that an indulgence, do you think? Or it's not moderation to have anger and slap somebody. It is a violation of moderation. It's not moderate. So let me actually just say, okay, moderation and... I don't know what the fourth letter... Truth? Violating moderation and violating truth add up to 8 points. Violating moderation... And... what? Fashion because of music, maybe? Marching music is vulgar? Sure. So a fashion violation plus moderation violation costs 9. So from that, one thing we can tell is that fashion costs 1 more than truth to be violating. You... well, you violated diligence and moderation again. For a total cost of 16. So we can say that diligence costs 8 more than... Oh, no, hang on. This guy's only starting from a base of 10, of course. So it doesn't cost 16, it costs 6. Meaning that diligence costs 2 less than truth. Okay. Sure. And from you, I mean, this is our 4th equation in 4 unknowns. This should be enough to solve it, unless there's some linearity issues. So, secret compartment, that is a truthfulness. So, truthfulness plus another truthfulness? He was a liar? Is... It only cost him 2 total. Is 2. So we can tell that truth costs 1. Which means, let me put that on a new line. You guys can't see it, but that's alright. So that can't be right. Really? Because I have the diligence costs even less than truth violations. But truth violations cost 1 according to this. Maybe this counts as a single demerit? But even then... Maybe this is just a single violation. Maybe. In which case we could say truth is 2. Put a little question mark on that. And then we would know that if that all holds up, then fashion would cost 2, diligence would cost 0. So what am I missing here? This is clearly moderation. This is about, like, truthfulness, right? You know, maybe vulgar beauty could be punished, I guess. Maybe. Oh, actually, you know what? I bet the virtuous beauty and vulgar fashion is punished. That makes more sense. Okay. Okay, so I wrote fashion here, but really I should have written beauty. Beauty is one more expensive than truth. This all assumes that there's a fixed cost for the type of transgression, which, I mean, doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but seems like it's necessary for these equations to be solvable. Yeah, moderation, beauty, truth, diligence. I mean, it seems plausible. Oh, truth. Did I? That goes right here. I didn't think I had that word. Here it is. Perfect. So, that's nice. But I have the demerit costs for these wrong. So moderation plus non-beauty. It seems clear that those two add up to 9. Moderation plus truth adds up to 8. Yeah, I have that written down already. From you, truth and truth, unclear. Maybe it adds up to 2, or maybe a single truth adds up to 2. Either way, yours is the one that troubles me, I think. Because this is moderation and this is diligence. And it costs 6. Which is 2 less than a violation of moderation plus a violation of truth. Because literature violates the truthfulness virtue. He lost 8 for moderation and truth of his 20. There's no like overleaf, no second page. So I think, given the information I have now, there is no solution. Unless they just don't even punish diligence, which seems bizarre. And I'm confused about how they punish multiple transgressions. And moderation would be punished at a cost of 6 in that universe. So I think it's more likely that we're going to find something in these journals of sentencing that disproves one of the assumptions I currently have. For example, maybe we'll find that people up here get lighter sentences in addition to starting at 20. And that might explain why when I put together the 2 equations from here with 2 equations from down there, I get like no one cares about diligence actually, or something like that. So let's dive in. Fangor Quinn is one of the things they were asking about, right? Oh, they want to know about all 6 of these. Okay. Fangor Quinn. Mr. Fangor Quinn, birth year 1760. Claimed he had no wife. Liar. Vulgar art. Anger, or too much emotion. And I guess lust. Well, Okay, so let's look through all of these. None of these... Oh, do we get 3 copies of this one? Probably, right? Oh my gosh. Walter Keane had a bad day, I think. So all of these, though, don't seem to be giving me... like, totals. There's not a way to tell, oh, this person got a different result. These are just, like, math problems. Like, okay, now that you know how much everything costs, how much does all of this cost, right? Wow, 200 merit. 60 instances of non-work. Yeah, okay. He's a liar, I guess. 15 books, so it must be 15 copies of that. Boy, he's also having a bad day. Oh, Gideon Bell is a duke now. Good on you, kid. Outrageous hairstyle, bad fashion, vulgar fashion. Wrote down tears 10 times while being questioned. What a jerk. Has refused to start working. Rejected the High Arbiter's request that he share information of a secret entrance to the castle of his cousin the Sovereign. And we do indeed have all words now. Huh. Well, so there's nothing here then to tell me what's inconsistent about the obvious equations that I thought I could set up. This guy has some money. Is that relevant? I don't think so. I mean, I think this is 2 instances of untruth. I guess we're going to learn this guy's name by figuring out who got the most merits, demerits, basically, because this one had the largest merit deduction. That's how we'll know his name. I mean, I think it's Keane, probably. Why do I think that? Because that would be kind of surprising and interesting narratively to have, oh, like this old guy, that's Keane. He had, like, I don't know. I mean, these are not... There's, like, 9 infractions? Huh. Or this is, like, 1 billion infractions, but he gets a $200 discount. But I mean, it seems that, like, I have all I have to work with, really, I think, for how much virtue avoidance or lack of virtue is worth, is these 4 equations they're giving me. And I think I have to assume that each infraction of a virtue carries the same cost as all other infractions of that same virtue. Like, you know, is slapping someone worse or better than being lustful? I think the same, right? Because how else could I tell if they were different? It would be just way too many variables. So it has to be the same. And the fact that they've given me 4 unknowns and 4 equations suggests very strongly, like, just do the algebra, idiot. But I did the algebra, and the answer is impossible, or at least bad. Everything looked fine until I got to you. You're the problem. This is 2 untruths, so... we say that the truth costs 1, that's fine. Seems to be written very clearly here. Literature and lies, yes. Or, well, not literature, but lie and lie, right? A secret compartment is a secret, I guess, and then a lie. For some reason, I assumed there would be a book in his locker. But it doesn't say that anywhere. And so 2 lies costs him only 2. That's fine. So a truth is worth 1 demerit. They're not that big on truthfulness, for apparently. That all makes sense. But then I look over here. This one makes sense too. Which is the one that really, like... moderation, truth, and moderation, beauty. Those are the ones that conflict, in my opinion. So that's... this is moderation, diligence, which isn't really contributing. Oh, maybe it is. This is the problem, the one that's bugging me, isn't it? Yeah, so... he starts at a base of 10. He made a diligence error and a moderation error. Oh, maybe he didn't. Oh, I was thinking a double-length lunch break was excessive. It was not moderation. But it's not. It's sloth, or it's like non-diligence, right? It's a mistake and sloth at work. That's what I have wrong. So in the equation where I wrote, that moderation and diligence is 6, I should have written diligence plus diligence is 6. Therefore, diligence is 3. This makes the algebra a little bit easier, which, I don't know. I think it would be more fun if there were just 4 equations and none of them gave you a specific number and you had to actually do the algebra. But, okay, fair enough. I had a secret compartment in his locker, so this is a lie and the secret. So untruth costs just... truth, 2 truths, 2 untruths is worth 2. So single untruth, or single, truthfulness violation is worth 1. Diligence, we know, is worth 3. And if we know truth is 1 and moderation plus truth is 8, then wow, they are really killing you. Moderation is 8? No, that's not right. 7, because it's 1 more than 7 more than truth. We can tell that by looking up here, right? He had literature and moderation and lost 8. But we know the penalty for literature is only 1. So the other 7 must have been for moderation. And finally, we know that beauty, violating the beauty virtue, costs you 2. Because we know moderation is 7. And this guy lost 11 for moderation, and beauty. Okay. There we go. So I have it all written down in my little notepad now. Let's fill it in here. So moderation violations cost 7. Diligence costs, what is it again? 3. Beauty, 2. And truth, apparently not that big a deal, just 1. Correct. Okay. Now we can start figuring out how much these guys were all found guilty of. Fangor Quinn. 1 lie. 1 vulgarity. 1 emotion and 1 lust. So that's 2 moderations times 7 is 14. Plus, what is it, 2 for beauty? Yeah, so 16. And he was a liar, 17. Walter Keane, let's check his out. Flirted 3 times. Well, that's 3, I guess, lusts? Sure. Which is 3 moderations, so 21. 5 fashion violations is 10 more, that's 31. And a lie is 32. Lothar? Now, this is the father. This is the guy who was at the dinner party. Interesting. I think Fangor Quinn is new to us. We knew Walter Keane, of course. It makes sense he's getting yeeted, but Lothar Richards held a dinner party a few years ago where he offered large amounts of wine to his guests. Okay. Got angry. So this is immoderation. This is also immoderation. That's 14, right? Indulgence and emotion. But he revealed the whereabouts of a hiding fugitive. Dissident daughter Mary and her husband Peter. Okay, so he netted +1. Making up for his crimes against moderation by being a snitch. Josh Bailey. He left early, that's 3? Yes. Drinking, and lust. That's 21. So 24. And then 4 lies is 4 more for 28. Yep. Horace Webb. 60 times non-working, which is 180. Yep. And 1 lie, 181. 15 books. Well, that's just 15 more. So 196. And then he got a credit of 200. So he actually gained 4. And this last guy, Gideon Bell. Bad fashion. Oh no, crying 10 times. That's really bad, kid. It's way too much emotion. So, was it 2 for fashion? Yeah. 72. 15 for not working is 87. And then a lie is 88? Not a lie, but a secret. Yikes. So that old guy being carried out, it wasn't just someone we knew like Walter Keane. It was the youngest person we've ever seen. so this person, the largest merit deduction, Gideon Bell. Okay, some number of years. Where are my years? There are years. And I guess they're just making each merit worth a year, basically. I haven't seen any particular evidence of this. Like, why couldn't a merit be half a year? Right? I don't think I've seen anything saying... Have I? I don't think so. I would prefer storing no more than this. Storing. Like the confiscated objects? I guess. Huh. Well, for now, I guess I'll just assume that it's a year each. So how many years has it been? Here's the date, 95. I think it was like 92? When the tribunal, or when they took power, seized power? Yeah, I don't see anything here that tells me. I think I meant to go back, but I just wanted to double check whether there was something here first. Because this is basically when the coup happened. Right? 92, yeah. So I think it's been 3 years. Yeah, pretty easy, aside from my misunderstanding of one of the virtues. The Order Party has seized power and now enforces the 4 maxims of virtue. The young Duke Gideon Bell was judged during the tribunal to have lost 88 merits. The High Arbiter of the party, Lazarus Hurst, used the idol to decrease Gideon's youth. Really increase his age, right? By 88 years, thus making him 108, which resulted in his death. So... Oops, I meant to stay. I mean, obviously it's a bit, cruel that, like, what was he actually guilty of before they took him in? Like, bad hair, 5 job skippings. That's what 2, 15, 17, 18? So, like, bad. But, they were just bullying a little kid so much he cried, and they decided that's his fault, we should kill him. Obviously, it's meant to be somewhat dystopian in that way, but it just seems a bit excessive. Alright, well, that was the Triumph of Order. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.